The following episode of By Identity is rated.
In the words of Rihanna, bitch, I'm black.
The views expressed are based solely on the opinions and experiences of individuals in the constant process of progress. The use of adult language and content is highly likely. Listener discretion is advised.
When I look at certain commercials, all I see are not only lighter skinned women, but I see women with looser hair, thicker hair, long textured hair. And I think that creates a really big problem because it provides a very unrealistic expectation of what's going to happen when you go natural. I personally know Black women who went natural in the hopes that their hair would look like the mixed women that they saw on television, and that did not happen. They have, very tight, kinky, curly, tight for hair, the type of hair that, once again, not many Black people prefer, and they end up getting frustrated, and that leads them to either perm their hair again or they hide their hair under protective styles and whatnot. And that is why it's so important for different women to be represented in the natural hair care movement and have different lengths, textures, and thickness represented, because at the end of the day, we are all, fighting the same fight. We are all, fighting white supremacy, and that not only do we want products that work for our hair, but we want visibility and we want to change the standard of beauty. And it's just really unfortunate that not only have mixed women sort of hijacked the natural hair care movement, but once again, it's leading to the erasure of monoracial Black women that have type 4 hair and traditionally African features.
But isn't that also kind of detrimental to, let's say, non-biracial women who don't have 4C hair? It's like, what are you saying to them? Because, my issue with the post is, well, actually, I have two issues, because it's kind of like she's talking about two different things. One being hair texture, one being, I guess, if a biracial woman should be kind of like the quote-unquote voice for Black women. And so when it comes to the idea that just because she's biracial doesn't mean that she can't not have 4C type hair. Just because she's monoracial doesn't mean that she will have 4C type hair. So it's like, what is it, like, the issue with the fact of what type of hair she has, or is it an issue of the fact that the person doesn't feel like someone who can't say that they're quote unquote 100% Black can talk about having natural hair? See what I mean?
I'm glad you pointed that out, because I was actually going to mention that too, that just because, you're 100% Black or close to it, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be born with type 4 hair. And just because you're mixed or lighter skinned doesn't mean you're going to be born with like a looser textured hair. So I'm glad you pointed that out. But it sounds like to me that she's kind of mad at both. I think she could have worded it a little bit better. She didn't necessarily have to use the term biracial. Like, she's essentially talking about colorism and featureism. That is what she's trying to say. And to me, she seems very upset at the fact, like she said it right here. She said, and I'll read it again, I said, biracial Black women are the main representatives of Black femininity in the media and the face and voice of the natural hair movement. So she's correct about that. I definitely agree with her. Now,
I honestly don't feel like that's the case. I don't feel like it's just quote unquote biracial women that's the main representatives of Black femininity in the media. I feel like if that's all that you feel like you see, or that's all that you're looking for, yeah, sure, that's what you're going to find. But there's plenty of Black women of all shades who have been on covers of magazines and, have been like in a spotlight that don't have, one, two, three, whatever type hair that she feels like is kind of like ambiguous for somebody that is probably biracial.
To listen to the rest of this episode, please go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Anchor.fm. Thanks for your support and stay tuned to the next episode.